How's it going, everybody? I'm the Conservative Nerd, and today I want to talk about the 10 worst books in Marvel. These are the books that you can stay away from. A lot of these I've never read, but I just kind of read them so I could talk about them. You can kind of tell the crappy ones, and you can hear from other comic guys like Doug Ernst or Diversity in Comics. You kind of can tell the books that suck. Well, these are the 10 worst, and a couple of them kind of surprised me. First off, Invincible Iron Man was supposed to be on here, but I read issue 9, and I kind of think Bendis is trolling the fans. I almost think that Riri is going to turn evil at some point. Uh, I don't know. I didn't hate this book. Bendis is having a terrible time writing Riri, a 15-year-old girl, and it shows. But other than that, I didn't mind this book. The art's good. It wasn't bad. I only read issue 9, so I don't know how bad the rest of it is, but I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was great, but I didn't hate it. Uh, Number 10, though, is Unbreakable Squirrel Girl. I read issue 22, the latest, and the art's terrible. The jokes are so bad. This book is just garbage. This reminds me of some, like, if once in a while when I used to order through previews, I'd pick out an indie book or two, and sometimes you'd be like, oh, this is terrible. This is why I read Marvel. Well, Marvel, you're printing stuff that's worse than the worst indie books ever. So, good job on that. Number 9 is Moon Girl. This isn't terrible, but it's almost written for like a 7-year-old. The smartest girl in the world thing or person in the world, it gets old. That's all she talks about. It's really lame. If you're over the age of 9, I suggest you stay as far away from Moon Girl as possible. Number 8, Secret Warriors. Moon Girl's in it. That should tell you a lot. Miss Marvel, it's super, like, all kinds of stupid stuff. At one point, Miss Marvel's arguing with Karnak in the back seat. Karnak from the Inhumans, who's royalty, and she talks to him like he's a turd. Like, there's no respect from these young heroes. Like, they don't care about anybody. She tells Karnak that he's man-spreading. So, yeah, there was that. And Moon Girl beat up Deadpool. Yeah, okay. He's Deadpool, and he got beat up by a 9-year-old girl. So, good job with Secret Warriors. This book is just garbage. 7 is Miss Marvel. I only read issue 20. But wow, man, white people are evil in this book. Like in G. Willow Wilson world, white people are evil. This is not a terribly written book. It's probably better than the ones I'm going to get to. But, oh my goodness, it's just so, white people are evil. Trump's rotten to the core. And anybody that even, like, thought about voting for Trump should probably jump off a cliff because you're ruining the world. Is kind of what you get from this crap. Number 6 is Hawkeye, issue 9. Oh man, this book is just filled with just cringy writing. Every line of dialogue in this book is like, like I'm the Hawkeye, like I'm the real Hawkeye. This book is just garbage. At least stuff happens in this book because the next books I'm going to get to are even worse. Number 5 is Champions, and I read issue 11, and it just came out. And this book is just slathered in politics, identity politics. Like, I don't understand. Like, this should be a fun book. Like, teen superhero group should do stuff. Nobody does anything in issue 11. Here's what happens in issue 11. Red Wing gripes about illegal immigrants, and the Patriot gripes about white privilege. You're a superhero. You got a special fighting suit from Tony Stark, and you're going to cry about white privilege? Like, you should be a villain then. Like, this is the stuff that villains used to talk about, is what the heroes talk about now. Every character in this book is almost written like a villain. Like, I don't know what happened to Mark Waid. You wrote Kingdom Come, JLA. Like, oh my God, you need to grow up here, son. Issue 4, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel has just become this feminist thing, and it's just terrible. I reviewed the last issue on one of my reviews, but it's just a terrible book. You just get this whole feminist hate thing from it. It's not good. Number 3. The next 3 are just awful. Any one of them could have made number 1 on these 3. Hulk issue 8. Whoa, is this thing terrible? Wow. This is Hulk without Hulk. I mean, Jennifer Walters is the Hulk now, and they could have done something cool with that. I'm not even mad they did this. If I would have got the range from Secret War of her being a crazy Hulk, it could have been good, but she never hulks. And there's this whole thing about a internet cake guy, YouTube sensation. He has 500 million followers for making cakes, watching him make cakes. 500,000 or million, I'm not sure what the number is on that, but either way, it's ridiculous that many people are watching a live feed of some Oliver Cakes make cakes. And again, this is the evil white guys who, yeah, they're YouTube producers. They want to get rich, yeah. Okay, those exist. Number 2. Unstoppable Wasp number 8. Wow. This is a comic book where nothing superhero happens at all. The Wasp hangs out with her friends. They have this thing called The Girl, where it's like GIRL, and it's all like stupid, where they're all into science and stuff. And she talks like, oh, like we're doing this like super sciencey thing now, and it's super sciencey and it's cool. This science thing's not for men anymore. Move over, boys. Oh my goodness, this is terrible. Nothing happens. Like they go to a fashion show. They go out for drinks and dancing. They lay around to talk about super sciencey things. And that's how they talk about science. Like, let's get this science thing done, girls. I don't want to get any lab funk. Oh my goodness, this is terrible. This is the worst. I thought I got about halfway through this and had to go back to see who wrote it. Because I was like, which feminist crazy Tumblr chick wrote this who has no idea of comics? And it was a dude. It wasn't even a chick. It was a dude. Jeremy Whitley writes this. I just imagine, like, he walked into the office, snipped his balls right off, and plopped him on the editor-in-chief's desk and said, hey, give me Unstoppable Wasp. I'm ready to write it. Oh, my goodness. Nothing happens. It's just a fashion show, drinking, yammering. Oh, this is terrible. Who would read this? I don't understand who would read this. All right, number 1, America. America Chavez, everybody knows. She's the Latina, lesbian, superhero. Oh, this book is like the Ed Wood of comic books. And if you don't know who Ed Wood is, he made some terrible movies in the 50s. They made a movie about him with Johnny Depp called Ed Wood. And Plan 9 from Outer Space is this masterpiece, and it's terrible. But the difference is, no studio would have funded Ed Wood. He conned his way into money to make these movies. Gabrielle Rivera is getting the equivalent of Universal Studios behind her for this thing. And it is rotten. Like, people make videos about this book that don't even read comics. They just buy this book so they can roast it on their YouTube channel. That's how bad this book is. People that don't even read comics roast this thing. This is the worst thing that Marvel has ever printed. And Unstoppable Wasp is easily close, and so is the Hulk. Like, those 3 books right there are the worst things Marvel has ever done. The other books on the list, they're bad, or they're just identity politics crap. But Hulk, Unstoppable Wasp, America, these are just crap. And I really think maybe Marvel's printing this Hulk book just to make Totally Bro Hulk look cool or something, because man, that book looks great compared to this Marakio, Tamio, Hukio, Yukio book. Oh, it is bad news, man. But yeah, those 3 books are the worst things I've ever seen, ever. And I've been reading comics for 4 years, and I've never read anything as horrible as what I read. So I'm the conservative nerd, and I just want to say thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to leave a comment, go ahead. If there's something you want to see me review or talk about, go ahead. I want to thank everybody and watch other channels. Doug Ernst, Master Chudy, Captain Cummins, Nerd Wonder, any of those guys, watch them because there's a lot of cool perspectives coming out. You can stay away from, the paid Marvel people that do these because you're not getting the truth. They're not going to tell you how bad Hulk is or Unstoppable Wasp is. If Marvel was smart, they'd hire somebody like Ben Shapiro. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I hear him talk about comics, and you want to talk about an editor-in-chief who would clean that place up and their books would come on time? Ben Shapiro. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good day.